Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Canelo could be fighting Crawford, Charlo, or Munguia next. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And according to ESPN Knockout, Jaime Munguia, Jermall Charlo, and Terence Crawford are reportedly the potential opponents for Canelo Alvarez in May, with David Benavidez as a potential opponent for Canelo Alvarez in September. Now, the interesting thing about this is you see 3 names in the hat instead of 1, and you see that David Benavidez is set for September, Canelo Alvarez's 3rd fight on his 3-fight PBC deal. We already seen that David Benavidez has agreed, along with the WBC, to schedule their fight for September, assuming both of these guys win their respective interim bouts. So with that being said, Jaime Munguia, Jermall Charlo, or Terence Crawford, all of these guys are in the running for a Canelo Alvarez fight. When you look at Terence Crawford, I don't really see that as a realistic fight for Canelo. He just fought Jermall Charlo, who moved up in weight. Canelo blew him out of the water. No one was interested in seeing that fight. No one is going to want to see this fight. Canelo's going to blow Terence Crawford out of the water, and they're not going to give him credit. Canelo Alvarez has already said he's not in my plans. This is obviously simply just an offer on the table from Al Heyman. I highly doubt that Canelo fights Terence Crawford. In my opinion, if he fought Terence Crawford, I think that's a cherry pick. I don't see no reason for you to be fighting anybody but 168-pound fighters at least. And then we move on to Jermall Charlo. Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo have a history, and that history is Jermall Charlo already has a signed contract with Canelo Alvarez. You remember, Jermall Charlo pulled out of his fight with Canelo for September at the last minute, and his brother Jermall Charlo came in and saved the date. So what happened is Jermall Charlo already still has a signed contract to fight Canelo. So it wouldn't be surprising to see that fight happen. That's why Charlo immediately took that tune-up, and that's why Charlo is looking to take another tune-up early next year. And then you have Jaime Munguia and John Ryder. That fight has already been announced early in January 27th of the new year. And when you look at it, you say, why has Jaime Munguia not fought any of these big recognizable names? Because he's obviously been waiting on a Canelo. He's been saving his virginity for Canelo. Think about this. He could have fought John Ryder over a year plus ago, but he chose not to. There was negotiations. The offer was on the table from Eddie Hearn. He chose not to fight John Ryder because there was no benefit for him. Now, if he beats John Ryder and wins in fashion, he has a real chance of fighting Canelo Alvarez. Of course he's going to take that. So I don't know who it's going to be. In my opinion, it's more likely to be Munguia or Charlo than it is Crawford, but nothing will surprise me. It's boxing. You never know. People turn down fights. People walk away. People say they're not ready. I've seen Jermall Charlo once already said he's not going to fight Canelo and gave it to his brother, said he wasn't ready. Who knows? Maybe he won't be ready. Maybe it comes down to Crawford or Munguia. Maybe Munguia loses. Maybe Crawford's the only option. We simply don't know who's next. One thing is interesting is Canelo Alvarez smokes all 3. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.